Hey guys, and for today's video, we've been going over my Week 9 NFL predictions, but what we do every week is go back to Week 8 to see how he did, and my record was 10-6. It was okay, there were some upsets, like the Browns being the Ravens, which was the most shocking, the Patriots being the Jets, the Bengals getting blown out by the Eagles. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it was either of those teams winning. It was just the score of the game. And Rams being the Vikings. But I guess they did have Nakua and Cup come back, though. But alright, guys. Now we're going to go on to Week 9 and do my predictions. Alright, guys. So for the first matchup on Thursday Night Football, we got the Houston Texans at the New York Jets. The Texans, they played a solid game, kept it close. I mean, you gotta play better, though. It's like, Richardson has, like, that big boy ability, but other than that, it's like, there's nothing really else there. It's just, but yeah, they're 6-2 though, so you'll take any win. But next we got the Jets. Their year's done. They're 2-6. Their defense is terrible. Their offense isn't good. Their O-line's trash. It's like the weapons they have, they should be way better than they are, and they're 0-2 since they got Devontae Adams. So it's like I don't think anything's gonna change. You're playing the Texans, going to 2-7. I don't think anyone's ever done that in NFL history. I know I saw 3 teams made the playoffs from 2-6, but it's like I think the Jets year is done. It's like there's no chance. I mean, I guess anything's possible, but yeah, I'm taking the Texans here, 31-17. All right, next we got the New England Patriots at the Tennessee Titans. The Patriots had an impressive win against the Jets. I mean, for their standards, of course, but like I wasn't expecting them to win. I know the Jets were 2-5, but they got some weapons and stuff. But the Patriots haven't won since week 1, and they had actually a pretty good game. May got injured early and was on concussion protocol, but I don't know if he's going to play. But yeah, they played a good game. They won. Jacoby Brissett actually played decently well for him being back in there. So yeah, I mean, we're going to go on to the Titans. I mean, they kept up with them a little bit in the first quarter, but after that, the game was over. I mean, the Lions had some offense, but for how many points they put up, I was kind of shocked. They didn't even have Goff over 100 yards, and they still scored 52. It's like, it was crazy. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that happened. I mean, it was just a dumb. It was just Titans starting out good and then just vulturing at the end. It's just yeah. I mean, they're the Titans. They're not that good. This one's going to be bad. I don't know who to take here. I don't know, because here's the thing. I think I'll take Tennessee just because they're at home. It'll be a lower scoring one, 17-13. Titans. I mean, we don't know if Drake May is coming back, and if he isn't, I don't know. Jacoby Brissett has not been that good this year when he started, so I'm just going to say Jacoby Brissett starting. Okay, next we got the Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. The Dolphins, Tua's back. The offense went back to form. They barely lost this game. It was a close one. I mean, they're on the downswing too, but with Tua being back, I don't know how this team's going to be. It's interesting because they're good when the weather's good, but once the weather starts turning cold around this November point, maybe starting a couple weeks they weren't playing as well. So I don't know. And they're playing Buffalo at home. I don't know how this game is gonna go, but yeah, I think it's a little too late for them too. The Bills, they played a really good game against the Seahawks. They destroyed them. The Seahawks had nothing. The offense dominated, the defense dominated. They made that Seahawks game last week be a fluke. It was Bills fans took over at Seattle too, which didn't help Seattle. But it's yeah. I think this should be an easy one for the Bills. I mean, maybe not as easy. I think this is going to be a close game for the Bills, but honestly, I think they'll get it done. 28-24. All right, next we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Cincinnati Bengals. The Raiders, I mean, honestly, they didn't play the worst. For playing against the Chiefs, they kept up decently well. I mean, they're still not a good team, but I mean, for how they've been playing this year, they played better than they usually do. But yeah, it was just they'll always be behind. It's they're always 1 or 2 steps behind the Chiefs at all times. So it's they didn't have a chance to win this game. They may have been the last team to beat them, but yeah, they're cooked. All right, next we got the Bengals. I don't know. They're on the fringes of being done. If they would have won this game, they would have been 500. It was a close game in the first half, but the second half, it's just the Eagles took over, and it's dude, Cincy, you gotta do better. You can't get blown out by the Eagles. You can't. If you want to be able to compete, that's going to be at least a close game. You can't. You want to be seen as a good team, but I don't know at this point. Now their offense isn't as good as it was before. Ever since that Giants game, it just felt a little off. I don't know. Seems like they're very streaky right now. If their offense isn't firing on all cylinders, I don't know. how this team's going to do. But they should win this game easily. All right, next we have the Denver Broncos at the Baltimore Ravens. The Broncos had a dominating performance against the Panthers. 2 games in a row where they've been amazing. But it's like you played the Saints and the Panthers. So I don't know how much that tells about them or just the teams they played. But still, they're still at least a mediocre team. But like with the offense with Bo Nix, he's just been inconsistent. It's like I don't know what you're gonna get one week to the next week, so it's hard to tell. I mean, this team's above 500, so yeah, I mean, a good win for them. Next, we got the Baltimore Ravens. It's crazy. They lost this game. Their defense looked bad. It's like your first team to give up 20 or more points to the Browns. I know they changed QBs, but Cleveland looked dead, honestly. Like, they look like the worst team until Watson got injured. So, yeah, I don't know what you do there. But, yeah, their defense isn't as good as it was in years past. But they still have some good offensive weapons. They just got Deontay Johnson, so I don't know how much that's going to help. It should help a little, but not too much. It's not like, peace out, put them over the top. But they should win this game. I'm going to give it to them 24-20. I think it'll be decently close, though. The Broncos have a pretty good defense, too. All right, next we got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Cleveland Browns. The Chargers, they dominated the Saints. They destroyed them. They had no offense against them. Their defense is still the best in football. Though offense did pretty good, too. Especially in the second half. They woke up. Ladd McConkey had his breakout game, getting like over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was great. It's like I said, when Herbert has some help, there you go. I mean, that's probably your receiver 1 now. He's looking pretty good. But, yeah, like, let's move on to the Browns here. For once, they actually look good. The offense and defense looked really good. I mean, like I said, they won that game. Jameis, I don't know if he's going to be good all the time. Like, this is probably his peak, honestly, because the thing with him is he throws a lot of interceptions. So, you get the touchdowns with interceptions. But this week, he had a really good game. And, honestly, it was a close one. I just have a feeling Jameis is going to throw some pick, like 2 or 3 picks next game. I don't know why. He's had games like this, and then, like, he had that 30-30 season with the Buccaneers, like, a decent while ago. And even when he played with the Saints, the only time that he really didn't look like a turnover machine was with Sean Payton. But other than that, after that, he's not a turnover machine. I think the Chargers will win 27-23. I still think it'll be close. Okay, next we got the Indianapolis Colts at the Minnesota Vikings. The Colts have now benched Anthony Richardson for the rest of the season. It's not just this game, and Joe Flacco's the new starter. Like I said, if Joe Flacco was starting, I think they win this game against the Texans. Like, it was close. And, like, Richardson, like, a 40% completion percentage or something this game, or even lower than that, I don't know. But it's just the thing is like, maybe, like, this would be good for Richardson so he could develop more because he's clearly not ready. But, like, there's more than just playing on the field. There's off-field development, too. There's more than just playing. Like, yeah, of course, that's a big factor, but look at some teams, like, look what they're doing. Look what happened with Jordan Love. Like, he's out for a couple of years. And look how he's playing. But it's just, some QBs are better starting, like, day one. Some, they need a little time. I mean, Mahomes sat for a year. I think sitting a QB for a year is actually very beneficial. But, yeah. All right, let's continue to the Vikings. I mean, like, this is kind of worrisome. Like, they lost 2 in a row. It was against 2 pretty good teams. The offense looks good. Defense has been giving up some points, though, but yeah, like, I think they're going to bounce back here. They've looked like the best team in football, I mean, except the last 2 weeks. So I think they'll bounce back here and show why they were considered the best team in football. I'm going to give it 27-21. All right, next we got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Jaguars, they lost a close one. It was actually, like, decently close. It felt a little bit the same where it's like the Jags were like one step behind the Packers the whole game, but they almost had them though. So they're 2-6. I guess the last time they made the playoffs they were 2-6 too, but this was the second year, and this was before Lawrence broke out that year. Lawrence broke out that year and looked like a top 10 QB in the second year, in the second half and stuff. But I don't know what you do with the Jags. It's like, they keep losing. Everyone's going to be gone there. But yeah, all right, next we're going to continue with the Eagles. That's their first dominating win of the season. They blew up the Bengals. There you go. I mean, they were kind of just like on autopilot some of these games. Like, but they've finally shown that they could be pretty good. So yeah, let's continue here. Like, I think the Eagles will take care of business again. They could be a little closer than people expect, but I think 24-20. All right, next we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Buccaneers, their offense is still pretty good. For like losing Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, it's still really good, honestly. Like this is like a good football team. I mean, offensively, defensively though, it's pretty bad. Oh boy, their defense is one of the worst in football. They need to fix that. Like it's bad, man. Like if their offense is good, their defense isn't. I don't know what you do with that defense. I honestly don't know. They might trade for someone, but I guess we'll see. Next, we got the Chiefs. I mean, the first game they played solidly offensively. Their defense played okay. I mean, like they won another game. They're undefeated still, 7-0. I don't know when they're gonna get their first loss here. I mean, this is gonna be an interesting one. Could the Buccaneers do it? Like, could their offense be enough to beat the Chiefs? But it's like with no Evans or Godwin, I don't know. Honestly, I think the Chiefs are going to barely win. If they even had Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, one of the two, I think I would have maybe made a bold take and take the Buccaneers. But they're at home, too. They're going to win this 27-20. And their defense has been really good, too. But, yeah, next we got the Commanders at the Giants. The Commanders, they won off a Hail Mary. That was crazy. Last play, Jaden Daniels was clearly playing injured. But in the end, he had a nice Hail Mary to end the game. That was nice. I know it's like off a tip, but yeah, it was a close game till then. Just a nice win. At the top of the division still, and they playing the Giants. Ooh, jeez Louise, the Giants are terrible still. I mean, they kind of kept up with the Steelers a little bit, but wow, that was bad. That 2-point conversion, boy, was one of the worst plays ever. Not one of the 5 guys on the left blocked Alex Highsmith on the 2-point conversion. What are you doing there, Dable? That play was laughable. I was laughing at that. That was terrible. Like, that was one of the worst plays ever. Like, that was bad. I don't know what that play call was. And he said that they practiced it multiple times. Like, why would you even run that? And the players didn't even know what they were doing. That was dumb. It's weird. But, yeah, the Commanders are going to take care of business. I think this would be easy. 23-13. All right, next we got the Dallas Cowboys at the Atlanta Falcons. The Cowboys, another game. They lose to the 49ers. They just aren't a good football team this year. And in the regular season, too. It's like, this is where they're usually at least, like, above average. But they just haven't been good. Tough loss to the 49ers. And, like, yeah, let's continue. The Falcons. Dude, their offense is firing on all cylinders. Their defense did enough to, like, have them win. But it's like, dude, that Falcons offense is really good. Cousins has really looked good ever since the first couple weeks. Like, their offense has been one of the best in football, too. And Buccaneers versus Falcons games are now, like, top tier. 2 great games, like, 2 high-scoring affairs. It's like, I don't think anyone's going to stop it. The Falcons should win this game easily. I'm going to say 31-21. Okay, next we got the New Orleans Saints at the Carolina Panthers. The Saints, they are bad. Their year's completely done. They've lost 6 in a row now. This is terrible. It really is. Like, they benched Stratler. Their offense is nothing. Their defense can't do anything. It's like their team's cooked. They're going to be below the salary gap. All those restructures are coming. You should have rebuilt. And, like, this is the best you're going to get. It's terrible. Honestly, it is. But next we got the Panthers. They just got dominated by the Broncos. It's like, the offense couldn't do crap. The defense was just couldn't do anything either. It's like the Panthers are just like one of the worst teams, if not the worst teams in football. And it's like, you know what you do? Bryce Young played again. I guess he played better than he did before, but it's like he's playing a little bit better than he did the first couple weeks that he actually started. But that's not really saying anything. He's probably going to start again this week. And I have a bold take here. The Panthers are going to win this. Barely. 16-9, dude. Seeing how the Saints have been, I think the Panthers they've at least done a couple of things well. I don't know. I just have a feeling that the Panthers at home, too. I think they're going to get their second win of the season. I don't know how this is going to go, but next we got the Chicago Bears at the Arizona Cardinals. The Bears, dude, their offense couldn't do anything. I mean, this Commanders defense is looking better, but wow. Like, I mean, the inconsistencies. I mean, he's a rookie QB still. Williams has looked really good the last couple weeks, but that bye week, sometimes you want a groove. It took that groove away now. And so there, I mean, that's to come back strong. Still have a really good defense, but yeah, let's continue on to the Cardinals. You played a really close game, and dude, Kyler Murray is the X factor for this team. They may be very inconsistent, but when they're on, the Cardinals are a good team. They're now at the top of the NFC West. It's crazy. I'm shocked they are too. Like at 4-4. Like I thought they'd be around 500. Like maybe like 8 to 10 games, maybe 7. But yeah, like they're showing some progress, and I think it's just maybe a little bit better. Just Kyler under center helps a lot. But I think honestly, the Bears are gonna win this one though. I feel like the defense, with the inconsistencies the Cardinals have had, I just have a feeling like I pick them that they're gonna have a bad game because the Bears defense is pretty good. They've had like the Chargers didn't have a good game offensively, so it's like I'm gonna take the Bears here, 24-17. All right, next we got the Los Angeles Rams at the Seattle Seahawks. The Rams played a good game with Nacua and Cutback. That helped the offense a lot. They're back. A great win against the Vikings team that's been really good this year, so that's a huge win. And now they have Nacua and Cutback, and they're back in the division race too. 2 wins in a row. They're trying to make it 3 against a division rival in the Seahawks. Next, we got the Seahawks. I thought maybe this could have been the turnaround of the season, them beating the Falcons, but no, it was all fake. They're very inconsistent. And against the Bills, I'm not even saying they had to beat the Bills. It's just like keep it competitive. Then they couldn't even score. They barely did it. They got blown out by more than 3 scores. Like that game was terrible. Their offense did nothing. Their defense was terrible. It's like the Seahawks here. I don't know how they're gonna do. I mean, they're still in it, but they're at best maybe a mediocre team. But yeah, I think the Rams will win here because, like, dude, if they gave them trouble, I think the Rams will give them some trouble too. All right, last but not least, we got the Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. The Lions have looked like the best team in football this year. They've looked really good, and they showed it last week, destroying the Titans. They didn't even have to do that much. Like, Goff didn't have to throw for 100 yards at all. They had a nice kick return. It's just like they had a lot of stuff. The Lions team, very potent. I don't know who's going to stop this team. But yeah, like they're looking like the Super Bowl favorite, and they definitely are. Now let's move on here. We got the Packers. Dude, I don't know how long Jordan Love's going to be out. He has a groin injury. They said day-to-day, so he might be playing. But this is a huge game for the Packers. A big division rival matchup. This should be a fun game. Definitely. The Packers, they played pretty well. They lost Love, and Malik Willis kept that offense humming. So, yeah, it shows that, like, Matt LaFleur is a pretty good coach. Like, they kept that offense going. It's like, after he went down, they did enough to win the game. And, yeah, I just have a feeling with Love playing, even if he does play, he's going to be playing injured, I feel like. And he might not even play. I mean, Malik Willis still showing that he can run the offense pretty well. But, yeah, I'm taking the Lions here. I'll go 27-20. Okay, guys, that's going to be it. That's my Week 9 NFL predictions, guys. And yeah, till next time, everyone. Peace out. Bye.